All right, so what we're going to do today is make a display cube, and that's just going to be miter joints, and it's going to be something that you can display items on. We'll do a little something extra with it to give it, I don't know, a point of interest, but in general, these are pretty straightforward. One of the things that you need to know is that if you're going to make your 45-degree angle cuts, you want to make them just beyond 45. So you'll see here we have a digital readout here at Crossroads Fine Woodworking, and I'm going to go, let's see, I'm going to go just beyond 45 degrees. So there's 45, 45.1 degrees. Now I'll lock that in. I've already got my height set for the 3/4 inch plywood, and I've set my fence now. I want about a 24-inch cube, and so because of the angle of this, you're going to have to subtract some from 24 inches, and I've run enough practice pieces. I know that if I subtract about 5/8 of an inch, that it's going to give me in the end a 24-inch cube. If your cube is the same on all sides, it really doesn't matter. As long as you're running them all through and not moving your fence, it'll end up fitting just perfectly. So now we'll just start ripping these pieces. Now we have 3 sides beveled. 1, 2, 3. This side we're going to leave flat because that's going to be the side that's touching the ground. This side is beveled to receive the top that will go in. Get these miters to line up, and we want to put in some of the hardwood too. We have to make sure they're the exact same thickness. Otherwise our miters will be uneven. For that we use the thickness planer. The thickness of this is the board that we're doing our miters on. That's going to be the majority of our box. This is just going to be an accent piece. So I need to make this the same thickness as this. Then when I miter, because this will be on a corner, it's going to be the same thickness as the plywood. I'm going to add an accent piece to this corner. It's going to match up with some accent work that we did on a different display cabinet. And for that, we're going to use tape and CA glue just to allow us to hold this together while we cut out our accent piece. And then after that, we'll be able to peel these two apart, because it's just going to be the tape that's holding it together. Just a little dot of glue. And accelerant. And we place it on. All right, now we'll go cut out our pattern at the bandsaw. Cut out as an accent piece, we'll be replacing plywood with the walnut. Now that I've cut this curved line, which is supposed to kind of look like a branch to go with the other one, I'm just going to peel these two apart. In doing so, we'll discard the piece of plywood that was there. Please don't judge us by the shape of this chisel. This is for getting glue off, and that's all it's for. But it becomes a nice exact fit, and it's the right thickness for it. So as we go about milling this with our beveled cuts, it's going to look like it was just part of this piece of plywood all along. What I've done is I've turned them so that the bevel side is facing down. I've taped that top seam, so now we can start to fold those together. These are too big for me to do all four at once, so I'm just going to do two at a time. And lean them together, but we're going to have to do the whole box at once. That way we keep everything square. You apply it to that top edge, or the near edge, because it's going to tend to work its way down anyway. If you haven't used these silicone brushes before, you ought to. They're nice. Get a good covering on it. You can be messy on the inside. This is the side that doesn't show. I think I'll put a little more. It's the end grain, so, or the end of the plywood, or an end grain, either one. So that really is going to absorb the glue a lot. I have plenty of glue on here. All your squeeze out, since you're taped on the other side, is going to end up being on the side that doesn't show. So. And got a glue booger. I'll let you do with that. Wipe it on the tablecloth, I guess. Okay, those two sides are done. Now we'll flip it up. And join the other two sides. What's going to end up squaring this up. Okay. Not a problem. Semi-pro tip. At the end of the day, fill your glue bottles up all the way. That way there's not a bunch of air in there, they don't dry out. I don't remember to do that, but it would be a good idea. Filled on all four sides. So now it just goes in and that will square things up for us. Which, fortunately, looks like it already was pretty good. I really don't have too much to offer there. Looks good. So we'll give it a tape, a couple places, and let it sit for a bit.